What's up, guys? Welcome back to yet another riveting episode here on the Avion Awesome channel, and today I'm going to be taking a look at Lake Louisa State Park in Clermont, Florida. Okay, so let's take a look at where it's actually located, and if you take a look right here, you can see Highway 27 that goes right down the middle of Clermont, and then takes you pretty much straight down to this right here is 192. This is what will take you straight down into Walt Disney. So there's Disney's Animal Kingdom. So there's all the resorts for Disney Hollywood Studio and the Epcot Center. So every bit of Disney's right here. So that gives you a pretty general idea. This area around Lake Louisa, there are a lot of shopping. I mean, being that close on this main drag here on 27, lots of restaurants, grocery stores, places to stop and eat, and maybe get your car worked on. I saw plenty of mechanic shops and everything. Also, if you're a Thousand Trails member and you're maybe just looking to stop over here at Lake Louisa State Park to kind of fill in some gaps like I did, Thousand Trails is right here. I mean, it's very, very close, maybe a mile down the road. It's not very far whatsoever. So you've got plenty of access to the stuff that you're wanting to go into that area and see and do. So if you're looking for a place to just hang out and get away from it all, this is also a really good place for that too. Now, as far as what you can do at Lake Louisa, you can pretty much do it all. You can do bicycling and fishing and horseback riding. You can just picnic. They also have some schedules for weddings if you happen to want to shoot some photographs there. You can do boating, primitive camping. They've got geocaching there. Swimming. You can wildlife view if you happen to like birding. They've also do hiking trails. They've got paddling for both kayaks and paddle boards. And you can do walking and running. I happen to do a mix of a few of those things. Also, if you happen to be going there with pets, they do that. They also have a recycling bin if you're into recycling. They've got bathrooms, showers. They've got the nature trails, covered picnic pavilions, plenty of restroom facilities throughout. They've also got laundry and playgrounds. And like I said before, they do have cabins and sites for your RV. Now, as far as admissions are concerned, this is both a long-term use and a day-use park. So if you're just going in for the day, it's going to be a whole lot less expensive. So $5 per vehicle with a limit of up to 2 to 8 people per vehicle. It's $4 for a single occupant vehicle, much like it was in Blue Springs and most other Florida parks. $2 for pedestrians or bicyclists, extra passengers in a vehicle with a holder of annual individual entrance passes. But I went with my RV, so it cost me $24 per night plus tax plus a non-refundable $6.70 reservation fee. That also included water and electricity, but my site happened to also have a sewer dump, which was pretty awesome. And I figure if you're watching this channel, you're probably going to want to go in with your RV. This is what my site looked like. It had that really small pea gravel. The site was ridiculously level. I didn't even have to use any levelers. I basically just backed this thing in, and I was perfectly straight. The only thing I had to level out was my front to back. Other than that, side to side was absolutely perfect. Also, like I said, my site happened to have a sewer dump, but not all of the sites do in fact have a sewer dump. I just happened to get lucky, I suppose. But also, as you can see, I have almost an amazing amount of room on both sides of my camper. Even though I had a neighbor on my right side, it was completely blocked off by woods. And most of the other campsites are the exact same way. So why don't we take a quick browse around here at the campground portion of Lake Louisa. This right here is the dump station. They've also got a recycling bin in behind those. They have them gated off, I'm assuming to keep the bears and the other wildlife out of the dumpsters, which is a pretty damn good idea considering that this is right out in the middle of Central Florida. I mean, it's just out in the middle of kind of nowhere. There is a lot of acreage that surrounds this park, so you're going to find lots of wildlife if you happen to be visiting out here. Now, this road that I'm on right here is basically the main drag that leads you straight into the actual campground portion of the park, and you're going to find most of what you're looking for right here. On your right, you're going to find Hammond Lake. They have both a fishing pier and a dock, so if you want to go out into the water and you want to get either a canoe or a kayak or a paddleboard, you can do that here. They also have a covered picnic pavilion right here as well. They do have convenient parking if you happen to go there with your car, and directly across from that is the little camp store. This is where you can do your kayak or canoe rental. They also have an ice machine here. They have extra camping supplies like firewood, etc. Now, this part I loved. This is one of the only parks that I've seen that set up these little teepee tents so that if you want to camp in the park, but you don't want to bring your own tent or you don't have an RV, they come out here and they set up these tents for you. Now, as I turn left here, this is where the two loops are located. There's actually 3 total loops in this campground. These are the 2 first loops, and they are directly located next to Dixie Lake. The building in front of me is their shower house and their one laundry facility. If you go down this little walkway, you're going to find your second fishing pier and your second dock. Like I said, that's located right there at Dixie Lake on the, I guess it's sort of like the southeastern side of Dixie Lake. And it's really nice composite wood, really easy to get down to. I spent a lot of time on this dock just sitting down here watching the sunsets. This is an excellent location to watch those beautiful Florida sunsets, especially with all these clouds in the sky. If you look to your left, you can get down into the water. You can, fish from this area. You can launch your kayak or your paddleboard from this area. But if you just want to come out here and hang out, they've kind of made like a little deck area. Like I said, I spent a lot of time in this place. So peaceful, so quiet, absolutely serene. After coming off of the Dixie Lake dock, I'm going to take you through this loop. This is the eastern loop, and as you can see, there is a ton of room in between these sites. These are not your typical RV sites. There's just a ton of room. You get so much space in between you, your neighbor. You get lots of woods around you as well. There are several pull-through sites, so if you have a larger rig, maybe you have a toad, maybe you have too much stuff and it's just not comfortable for you to back in, they do have a few of those available for you. I absolutely love this setup. I wish that more campgrounds did it like this, especially the commercial ones, but these state parks are absolutely top-notch when it comes to providing you with some level of privacy when you go to these parks. Okay, so at this point I'm back here at the tents and I'm rejoining the main drag and I'm heading to the main loop on this road. Like I said, they've got these tents that they've got set up for people that didn't want to bring any gear themselves. They just wanted to camp out. I thought it was really nice. I actually watched them set one of those up while I was there. Here to your right is one of 2 dump sites, I think. This one, and there's one that's further back on the drag so that you can either dump as you come into the park, and the other one is on your way out so that you can dump if you have a site that doesn't have a sewer hookup. So this is where the road splits, so this is the right leg of the loop. This is the loop that I was on. I was at the very back. And like I said, you can see how much room there is in between each site. You've actually got some privacy in this place. I think it's absolutely amazing. And as you can see, this is one of the shower and laundry facilities that was directly across from my campsite. I happen to do laundry here. It was reasonably priced, and they also happened to take regular money. Like, they didn't have any proprietary cards. They didn't have any proprietary, coin or token system or anything. They also have a sink so that you can rinse out and maybe work on some stains if you happen to have those. And the bathrooms, in my opinion, are probably some of the best I've seen. And that's saying a lot, because I've been to several different places. There's only maybe one or two different places that I can tell you or show you that might have been better. And that's just because maybe they were a bit more updated. But these restrooms were wide open. They were spacious. They were wheelchair accessible. They had handlebars in the bathrooms so that you could get yourself in and out of your wheelchair. The stalls were nice. They were well stocked. They were clean. They were dry. And the shower stalls that I'm going to show you here were so deep. Like, you could get in, you could actually walk to the back and keep all of your gear dry so that when you actually turn the showers on, you're not just dumping water on all of your stuff, which has happened to me on multiple occasions. And even the male bathroom was family friendly, so if you happen to come in with a baby, you've got a changing station here, plenty of fans to keep the air circulating, lots of exhaust. It was fantastic as far as bathrooms are concerned. Moving on, this is the backside of the left leg of the main loop here in the back, and the running theme just keeps on running. Lots of room, lots of space in between each of the sites, lots of privacy. Each of the sites also had a fire ring, they had a picnic table, and they also had a clothes drying kind of like rack or whatever. It was basically two posts on either side, and you could run a dry line in between them. Most of the commercial campgrounds will not allow you to dry clothes or hang up anything outside of your camper. You're not allowed to hang anything like between two trees. If it's not attached to your camper, you're not allowed to dry bathing suits or socks or whatever, your towels. But this place actually allowed for that, and I thought that was pretty cool too. And this here is a quick look at the day use area at Dixie Lake. This is at the front of the park on the main drag. They have a trailhead right across the street. They have plenty of parking, and this is also a fishing pier. So overall, I really enjoyed Lake Louisa State Park. If you have like a bunch of kids that require jumpy pillows and sort of like monkey bars or, you know, little gyms, outdoor gyms and stuff like that, it's probably not going to be the right place for you. But this place has biking trails, hiking trails, equestrian areas, primitive camping, 3 different lakes that you can fish from. Each one has their own pier. They've got kayak rentals. They've got, paddleboard rentals. They've just got a lot of nice stuff. Plus that camp store, it just kind of completes the whole thing. If you just need a little something extra, you know, you just go to the camp store and having to drive the 3 miles out of the park to go get it. So I would give this place a solid 8 out of 10 stars, if nothing else, just because it was ridiculously quiet this entire time. I have absolutely loved it. At any rate, thanks so much for stopping by and watching yet another riveting episode here on the Avion Awesome channel. I'm your host, Mark Puckett, and I'll see you guys again on the next one. Peace.